Also, last question, or could be,
Okay.
I've been feeling a lot of regret on. I really think about my past more than my future, if that makes sense, because I
Mm-hmm.
and I use it as a motivator, but I think it also brings me back a little bit because I'm really regretful about decisions I made, but
Mm-hmm.
also I feel like, of course they help you. Your decisions you make, they do make you decisions you don't make you, and decisions you do make you. I understand that, but I use my regret as a motivation. But I also feel like when I'm not regretting something I didn't do, then I have no motivation. So I feel like it's a double edged sword, if that makes sense.
So you feel like you use your regret as motivation to move forward?
Yes, but if I'm just calm and I don't, I have nothing to think about, I'll just waste away. Really, honestly, that's
Mm.
just a thing I do.
Well, I mean, it could be about working to find a new source of motivation for yourself, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
you don't, I'm not saying, like regret, there's something wrong with having used that as a motivation for yourself, but do you always, for the rest of your life, want a thought or understanding like that to be what motivates you in some sense to move forward? You've seen Avatar, right? Avatar: The Last Airbender?
yeah, that last happened. Yeah,
And when Zuko, he basically changes to be on Team Avatar, he loses his ability, and or he loses his ability to bend, or he has trouble or struggle bending with fire. And he says, "I bet it's because I changed sides," or he's not using anger to fuel him anymore, so he doesn't know how to really bend anymore without using anger as that fuel. And
right,
he has to go to find the source, or go to find a different source to bend again. So maybe it's about finding a new motivation, a new way to motivate yourself, or a new source, you know,
right,
asking yourself, I know it may seem like nothing will come, or I know it may seem odd, but ask yourself, what is the motivation? When I say ask yourself, I'm really asking you to speak to your soul. Your soul wants to connect with you. Your soul, yes, your soul is a part of you, but in some sense, it's also its own thing. You have an ego understanding, you have a soul self, and your soul waits for you to, give it attention and ask questions, and and it wants to give you answers, but it doesn't want to be, I want to say it doesn't want to be unnecessarily intrusive, but it will if you go for too long without you connecting with it, communicating to it, or listening to it. If it feels like you've gone too far down the wrong track, your soul will throw tantrums. So if we can stop it from doing that, and we can, uh, help assist you in your journey before your soul starts to throw tantrums, then let's do so. So at this time, talk to yourself, talk to your soul understanding, this energy, this spark, that lives within you, that is, helping you to exist in this world. Talk to it and ask it, how can I move forward or motivate myself, and it not be about based off regret. What's another source that I can pull from? What's another understanding? And it also could be connected to you figuring out what you want to be, what you want to do for yourself, like what roadmap when it comes to a profession or whatever the case may be really appeals to you. That understanding, recognizing what that is, can assist you in finding that motivation. And that way it's not based off something that is I don't want to say negative, but it's not necessarily a good emotional energy to pour into yourself, that you're using regret as a fuel,
right. I understand that because it's at first it did work for me.
Mm-hmm.
It was a prolonged. I when I say I use it to it's a motivation I use to work out,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hard to muster it up as much now because I did get in shape how I wanted to at
Mm,
some point. And once I got in shape to that point, I felt like it all left. And then when I try to use it now, it's short term. It's not as
mhm.
long term as it was before. So that's the thing I noticed lately.
Yeah. It's already, your soul is already not allowing it. It's saying, no, this is not the way that we want you to motivate yourself. We want you to figure out another way to motivate. We want you to step into another more, and there could be, it could be saying that there's a more emotionally fulfilling, abundant way to motivate yourself. Something that isn't so, um, so critical of you. It's not like a self criticism, so self critical, like that, because that
Yeah,
understanding, it doesn't really give you a chance to rest either. It's always an understanding that you did something that was not good enough or not right enough. So let's move into an energy of understanding that you are enough. You are enough, and let this feeling enough energy in some sense be a motivation for you to move forward. And you wanting to, having a goal for yourself, whatever the case may be, let that understanding be a motivation for you outside of some sense of regret.
right, right.
I hope that makes sense.
That does make sense.
Hey, you guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have a question you would like to ask or would like the opportunity to receive a one-on-one session, please check out the links in this video's description to sign up for a free session or submit a question.